This modernist home and restaurant hunkering down in the fynbos of Noordhoek is where the long-wandering chef Nicky has chosen to lay her chef's hat. Her journey has seen her cooking with the likes of Anthony Bourdain on the cruise liner QE2. She was first female sous chef at Quaglinos in London, then the second busiest restaurant in Europe. She's catered for rock stars, been executive chef at Joburg's top hotels, and after working with renowned Cape chef Frank Dangereux, she's set up shop from home.
Wow, Nicky, you have such a beautiful home. I can see you've mainly used concrete, wood and glass in the design.
Yes, we have. The concrete was actually designed by Greg Wright, and my brother was an engineer, so they together created an amazing house over here. It's an amazing outside living because these cast concrete walls protect us from the southeaster, so the wind can be going wild and we can be sitting outside on our balcony, and you can have the view all the way from Chapman's Peak all the way to Kommetjie, which is amazing, and every single day the sunset is different. So it just offers for something beautiful every day.
I can see you've got quite an eclectic collection of design and art. What are some of your favorite pieces?
I love little bits of art, and I've collected art all over South Africa, but I like local, and supporting local artists, especially budding artists who are coming out. And if you notice the faces that are on the wall in the dining room, that's from a budding artist, which is amazing.
Just 1 year old when her British parents moved here, she's proudly South African.
So Nicky, this is the wall you were talking about.
Yes, it is. It's an awesome wall, and it's got lots of compliments from lots of people that have come in and eaten, and it's South African,
As her own interior designer, Chef Gibbs has gone for geometric shapes, blended with 70s furniture and accessories from most continents.
Wow, this looks like a really fun crockery collection. Look at these wood bowls, I love that.
Yeah, they're awesome. These are all African, and it comes from trees that have fallen down. It's all good, it's all kind to nature, it's all positive stuff. This comes from China, it's an antique, and we can have a lot of fun putting food on here, and when people see the figures at the bottom, it's like, wow! We have a teapot, which is also from China, and because we mix all our food is mixed with teas, we like having nice, unusual teapots as well. This is one of the most beautiful plates. I love them, and I'll be serving my final course on these wooden plates today.
Miss Gibbs was raised by parents who grew vegetables and cured and smoked their own meat and fish, so she learned fast.
Nicky, you're known for your contemporary menus paired with these very interesting infused tea combinations. What are we making today? Okay,
Aiden, today I'm going to teach you how to make some salmon gravlax. That's been with rooibos tea and some confetti bush. So gravlax is a way of curing salmon. It's Scandinavian of origin. It's the same principle as biltong, but you're not going to hang it out and dry for a few days. You're only going to leave the marinade on for 3 hours. I'm just chopping up a few juniper berries, because juniper for me is really important to have in a gravlax, and then together with the confetti bush and the rooibos make for an awesome marinade.
So can I just pop that in?
Absolutely, thank you so much.
This understanding of the components of flavor goes back to the day a 6-year-old Nicky was given a recipe book by her aunt. In no time, she'd made every dish in the book and was hungry for trying new ideas.
And you want to generously cover your entire piece of fish in it and make sure that it's all around the fish. It's got covered in this salt. Rub it in nicely. Okay, so you're going to leave this like this for a good 3 hours.
Okay.
Chef was raised among fruit orchards and vegetable gardens.
Why do you like using your own natural, fresh ingredients in your cooking?
Growing your own vegetables, everything just tastes so much better. I create my own composting. That's why you can see bits of bones and shells lying in the garden. And, it just wants for a far better quality tasting vegetable that's a whole lot better for you as well. Homegrown, nothing beats it. And then this piece of buchu over here, this is what we're going to be using in one of the teas today. People have been using it for centuries. Okay, Aiden, we've got one last ingredient to pick, and that's clovers.
Oh, right.
Garden clovers. The clover, it's going with the salmon, and it's got a nice tart flavor. So I think it's quite important that we start bringing these edible plants into eating because they're very healthy. There we go. Let's just get a really nice, good wash.
Okay, I've got quite a collection here.
Yes, absolutely.
To the kitchen.
Let's go. Okay, so we've removed the majority of the salt off this now. And if you can see, it's much more firm and a lot of the liquids come out of the salmon. So it's looking really good, ready to serve.
Lovely. Okay, what's next?
The next thing that we're going to do is we're going to chop up some salmon tartare because we've got a salmon tartare that's going with this as well.
On just one plate, there's the zest of fresh salmon, the more mature flavors of the cured gravlax, the herbal depth of the rooibos and confetti bush, plus the zing of the clover.
Nicky, this is looking great. It's really starting to come together.
Thank you very much.
Running the decor, events and marketing at Crofters Kitchen is Clive Cleland Johnson, an international award winner for his tablescapes.
Hi, Clive.
Aidan, hi, nice to meet you.
You too, you too. These flowers are looking great. Is this part of your technique?
It is indeed, Aidan. So I live in Noordhoek and I love using the natural indigenous flowers in the area as well as the greenery. It really sort of celebrates what Noordhoek is all about, and we have a lot of international clients who come and have lunch with us, and I like to expose them to that.
Clive, what are some of your styling tips and techniques to create a beautiful table setting like this?
Use things out of your garden and what you have in your environment around you. It doesn't necessarily have to be expensive. It's really about an expression of where you live and who you are, and keeping it really sort of based around that.
This fragrant display brought together rose and citrus geranium with fresh artichokes, fynbos and fennel blossom.
Clive and Nicky, this is an absolute visual feast. It's absolutely exquisite. Can you talk me through the menu?
We're starting off with some salmon that we cured earlier and a little bit of salmon tartare mixed with garden clover, and we have little sauces that you can mix around and play with. We have a soy, we have a honey mustard and a chili oil with some pickled ginger and some year-old kimchi. So get stuck in and enjoy and create your own flavors.
These creatives became friends after Clive returned to South Africa from cooking on the mega yachts of Steven Spielberg and Jennifer Lopez. He and Nicky worked together on several functions before deciding to pool their resources. This year they forged their dream team and opened for business.
What inspired the both of you to create Crofters Kitchen?
It's a really special experience because the majority of guests that we've had here have been foreigners, and it's been really special for them coming into my home and eating in my home, and also that we find really unusual things for them to eat and coming from the garden and onto the table, and it gets quite exciting when you get people eating little bits of fynbos and all the beautiful things that we have growing around here in the deep south.
Guys, I've thoroughly enjoyed spending all this time with you today, and the pairing of the natural, home-found elements has been wonderful. Here's to all of your success at Crofters Kitchen.
Thank you, Aidan.
Cheers.
It's a tribute to the best of South African hospitality.